So you've probably had at least one passenger ask you to make an extra stop or drive out of your way for a burrito run. But since passengers now have to put their final destination into the app ahead of time, will you still get paid for these diversions, right? If you have to go out of the way. So Harry here with the Rideshare Guy, and today we're covering how payment for drivers works with extra stops and miles. So the first thing that you want to understand is that you are always paid for the exact mileage and time that you drive, regardless of the route you take. So whether you drive 10 miles in a straight line or whether you drive 5 miles to point A and then 5 miles right back, you get paid for that exact mileage and also, of course, the exact time that it takes, regardless of what the passenger pays. So that's the good news. Now, Uber and Lyft both now use this thing called upfront pricing, where what that means is they quote a fixed price to a passenger. So to go from point A to point B, let's say they tell the passenger it's going to cost you $10, cost them $10. Now, drivers, though, on the other hand, they get paid off of the exact mileage and time. So the two aren't linked, right? You have the upfront price here, and then drivers get paid the mileage and time. And Uber is really using that upfront pricing as an estimate of what it thinks the mileage and time is going to be. So if you take a longer route and takes more miles and more time, Uber doesn't make as much money on that fare. They probably still make some, but you're still paid the actual mileage and time. So it's sort of in your best interest sometimes to take the longest route, but not to go too far out of your way, right? So hopefully that type of situation makes sense. You know, the one caveat though is that Uber and Lyft pay a very low per minute rate, right? In most cities, it might be around 10 or 12 cents a minute. And so that means that basically you're paid 5 to 6 times more per mile than you are per minute. So really you always want your wheels moving. Stops, you end up making, you know, when you have to stop for 2 or 3 minutes, that kind of starts killing your income. You know, 2-3 minutes isn't a big deal, but 5-10 minutes is obviously a big deal, and that's really going to cut into your income. If you kind of calculate the per minute waiting rate, it might actually be less than minimum wage in your city. So honestly, I don't usually have a problem with quick stops, but you know, I make sure to mention to the passenger if they want to make a quick stop, hey, if it's only going to be 2 to 3 minutes, I'll tell the passenger, hey, if it's only going to be 2 to 3 minutes, that's fine. But you know, I'll also explain to them, you know, drivers aren't paid much to wait around. So you know, we only make 10, you know, I might exaggerate, we only make 5-10 cents a minute, and so if you don't mind, you can just request a new ride when you're ready to go. And of course, I know sort of the places, right? If they want to go to a popular chain like In-N-Out or something like that at 1 a.m. that's going to have a 20-minute line, I'm gonna, you know, kind of kibosh that right from the beginning. So definitely have to take a little bit of that into account. But the nice thing for drivers is that you always get paid for those extra stops and miles. So if you ever encounter situations where you're driving and the passenger, you know, I've had situations where I took a passenger to the destination and they realized they forgot their phone. And so we drove all the way back to their house and then all the way back to their final destination. It doesn't matter what the final destination in the app is on your end, as long as you get them there, you'll still get paid for all that in-between miles and in-between time if you do take a diversion. So hopefully this quick video explained that, and you know, if you're a newer driver, this probably is a question you've had, and now you know. So if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them below or send me an email. We release new videos every single Tuesday and Thursday, and usually a bonus video on the weekend. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it too. All right, drive safe, everyone.